psychic attempt to reach out to Ted Binion beyond the grave. Mr. Leysen, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
First of all, the viewers have called in. They want to know, did Teddy Binion show up last night?
He did not show up, but we're going to try again Thursday night. We're trying again at our Hollywood location also.
But, Robert, it wasn't a complete no-show. According to the psychics, who are all very well-known psychics in the Las Vegas area, I checked you guys out this afternoon. According to your team of psychics, the spirits did show up. What did they have to say?
They had to say through the tarot cards that it's going to be almost a hung jury. There will be no guilty verdict through the tarot cards, but they also feel through their spirit guides that the two accused will walk.
Now, you know,
although they are guilty, but they will walk.
You know, there are a lot of non-believers out there, but of course, this evidence will certainly never come into the courtroom, but we have already heard evidence of what Binion said, and of course Binion is dead, what he said in life. Let me ask you, the psychics that you gathered together, they are well known there in the area. Who are they?
Well, they're just people that have come here, that have lived here a long time, or they're relatively new. They have to pass a police check, and they can't be gypsy people off the street. So they're established professional people that have studied metaphysical phenomena for many years.
Let me ask you this. You're pretty well established there in the community. You've got several bookstores. They're all very prosperous, very large. As you know, there has been a defense public relations blitz in the community, including commercials and so forth. You talk to the residents there day in, day out. What's the community response to the PR campaign? Do they think Sandy Murphy, Rick Tavish are guilty?
They think they're guilty, but again, I think the general public now is leaning towards the fact that they're not going to be prosecuted.
Well, you know, there has been some criticism regarding last night's attempt to reach Teddy Binion beyond the grave. Criticism that it's actually made light of Ted Binion's death. What's your response to that?
No, on the contrary. It's out of respect that we're trying to get to the bottom line and go through his spirit directly and get to the truth of the matter. And who better than going to Mr. Binion?
Well, MJ, you know, I've tried a lot of cases, and I've got to tell you, I'm a believer because sometimes I feel like I've seen it all. So I'm not poo-pooing this. And as a matter of fact, MJ, you and I were talking today, police forces, well-known police forces, have actually called in psychics on occasion to locate a body, to help them crack a case. And on some occasions, it actually works. It's pretty scary, actually.
Well, you know, Nancy, I wonder if the prosecutors are going to try to get Ted Binion to take the witness stand if this bookstore in Hollywood can get his spirit, can contact his spirit. But, you know, the other problem here, of course, is whether the jurors are going to hear about all this. They're not sequestered. This place, you know, the prosecutor, David Roger, wasn't kidding when he said there's a circus-like atmosphere around here. Every day there's something else outside the courthouse that happens that leads you to believe perhaps this jury should be sequestered.
You know, I was saying that the other day after the bellboy, the busboy yelled out, "Not guilty." But bottom line, MJ, there's been such a PR blitz by the defense, and now this. You can't tell me that one juror hasn't heard about this and won't leak it to the other jurors during deliberation, whether it means anything or not. But MJ, you were there. What happened?
Well, you know, I mean, the psychics sort of called out to their spirits. They used tarot cards. They had grapes and bread on the table and incense and candles and a picture of Ted Binion's father, Benny Binion, on a pack of matches. They couldn't find a picture of Ted Binion, so they used a picture of Benny Binion. Apparently this wasn't enough to summon his spirit, but we'll see if it works in Hollywood. Maybe they'll try.
Well, MJ, these psychics are not far away from what a lot of legal critics have said, that they think the two may be guilty, but the state may not be able to carry the burden of proof.
That's the interesting thing, and well, you know, I don't know how many of the psychics have been following the case and looking at the media coverage, because that, you know, may have had something to do with it. But I asked a lot of them last night, and they said they're not following the case. One of them said she didn't even know that there were two defendants.
Wow. MJ, thanks so much, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. And Mr. Leysen, thanks to you.